Today we are going to learn about phrases versus clauses. This is very commonly asked question, so we will try to understand what they exactly are and what's the difference between them. So let's get started. Let's start with an example. My best friend and John is my best friend. Now both of them are group of words, but one is a phrase and another is a clause. Can you identify which one is the phrase and which one is the clause? Let me give you a hint. From these two group of words, the group of word which has a subject and a verb combination is a clause, and the one which doesn't have the subject verb combination is a phrase. Now can you identify? My best friend is a group of word with no subject and a verb. So it's a phrase. And John is my best friend is having a subject verb combination. That is, John as a subject and is as a verb. So it's a clause. Now let's define both of them properly with more examples to make things clear. First we will go with phrases. What is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words with no subject verb combination. It doesn't have any meaning if it is used alone. For example, the sports car. It is a group of words with a noun and an adjective. Watch movie. It is a group of words having verb. On the table. It is a group of words having preposition and noun, but it doesn't have any meaning if it is used alone. So phrases are actually group of words which are used as a single unit in a sentence. Now let's look at clauses. What is a clause? Clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb combination. It has a complete meaning by itself. Now clauses are mainly divided into two parts based on their usage. Maybe an independent clause or a dependent clause. An independent clause is actually a complete sentence. For example, you were in the party. It is a complete sentence and it doesn't depend on any another sentence to make it complete. Now, what is a dependent clause then? It is a group of words with a subject-verb combination, but it doesn't convey full meaning and hence it is not used as a sentence. For example, when I came home. Has a subject I and a verb came, and it is also a meaningful group of words, but it lacks the entire thought. That is, when I came home, then what? That is, we want to know what happened after that. Now if I say when I came home you were in the party, that's a complete sentence with one dependent clause and one independent clause. So we have the combination of dependent and independent clause make a meaningful sentence. Let's look into some more examples of dependent and independent clauses. First, before you go to bed, you have to finish your homework. Here, before you go to bed cannot be used alone as it won't convey any meaning. So, it's a dependent clause. Whereas, you have to finish your homework is an independent clause as it can be used alone. Combining them both will give a complete meaning to a sentence. After a month of research, he finally finished his first novel. Here, after a month of research is a dependent clause and he finally finished his novel is an independent clause. Let's see one more example to make things even clear. I hate to drink coffee because it upsets my stomach. Here, I hate to drink coffee is an independent clause, while it upsets my stomach is a dependent clause. Now, I think you are clear with dependent and independent clauses. So we are done with the similarities and differences between phrases and clauses. So the key takeaways of the lessons are: first, the difference between a phrase and a clause, and second, independent and dependent clauses. Let's revise them. Firstly, what is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words without any subject and a verb combination, and it can't be used alone. Then, what is a clause? It's a group of words but with a subject and a verb combination, and it can be used alone. Finally, There are mainly two types of clauses, independent clause and dependent clause. Dependent clause are those which are complete sentences and dependent clauses are those which are not complete sentences. That's all in this video. There are different types of phrases and clauses that we will cover in the next video. Thank you for watching the video.